morning to all of you, the student of class 7th. I hope all of you are safe and sound at your home. Today we are starting our first chapter of science, that is nutrition in plants. First of all, we have to understand what is meant by the term nutrition. All the creatures on earth take different type of food to get energy, an essential growth element for their body. The term nutrition not only meant the intake of food, but it meant the extraction of energy and essential element from the food. So, what are those essential elements? Those essential elements which we get from the food are carbohydrate, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. And these components are called nutrients and they are necessary for our body. How they are necessary? As such, carbohydrate is necessary for the synthesis of energy, proteins are necessary for the growth of the body, and fats, vitamins, and minerals are necessary for other activity of the body. So, students, how we get the food? We get the food from the plant or the animals. Okay, and if we take or eat animals, those animals are also dependent on plants. That means we are directly or indirectly dependent on plant for the synthesis of food for ourselves. Okay, how the plant derive their food? They prepare it by the process of photosynthesis that we will be discussing in this chapter later on. So, student, according to the mode of nutrition, we can divide the organism into two categories. One is autotrophic and another is heterotrophic. So, student, autotrophic are those which self-derive or which make their own food. In a general term, you can say. Here, auto means self and trophos means nourishment, means self-nourishment. Okay, that means making their food by their own. So, therefore, plants are called autotrophs. Why? Because they make their own food. While animal and most of the other organism, they take the food from prepared food from plants. So they are called what? Heterotrophic. Heteros means other and trophos means nourishment, mean nourishment from other. This will be called what? Heterotrophic nourishment, or you can say heterotrophic nutrition. So student, nutrition means taking of food and its utilization in the body. Okay, this whole process will be known as nutrition. Now we may ask where the food factories of plants are located, whether food is made in all part of the plants or only in certain plants, how do plants obtain the raw material from the surroundings, how do they transport them to the food factories of plants. Several questions are there. Okay, so the answer to all these question is what? Photosynthesis. That is, we will be understanding what is the food making process in plants. So plants are having leaves, okay, and in those leaves the food, in those leaves there are food factories, you can say. Okay, so leaves, in the leaves there are present a green pigment called chlorophyll, okay, which absorbs the sunlight energy and convert it into the chemical energy. So the leaves can be said as the food factories of plants. And all, what are the raw materials to make the food for plant? They are water and minerals. Okay, and how they are uh, obtained by the plants? They are absorbed by the roots from the soil, and later on they are transported to the leaves. Okay, and another essential element is there, which is carbon dioxide, and it is taken from air directly into the leaves. And how they are taken directly into the leaves? With the help of the small pores. If you will be seeing the backside of a leaf, you can see small pores, small holes. They are called stomatas. Okay, and these stomatas are guarded by the guard cell or surrounded by the guard cell, which regulate the opening and closing of the stomata. Okay, so when the stomatas are open, the carbon dioxide is intake by the plant. So till now we have seen three essential elements: water, minerals and carbon dioxide, which are necessary for the photosynthesis. Bujo wants to know how water and minerals absorbed by roots reach the leaf. Means, student, root absorb the water and mineral for the photosynthesis process, but how it is reached to the leaves? Okay, so for this, water and minerals are transported by the leaves by the vessels which runs like pipe throughout the roots. Means there are pipe like a structure inside the roots, okay, which run all along the body of the plant, means till the leaves. Okay, they form a continuous path or the passage, so that the nutrients and water and minerals, whatever they are, they can transported till the leaves. So about these vessels you will be studying in the chapter 11. Okay, so Paheli wants to know why, what is so special about the leaves that they can synthesize food but other parts of the plant cannot. So what is so special? So here is the thing, special thing: the leaf have a green pigment called what? Chlorophyll. Okay, so inside the leaf there are present some part called the chloroplast, and those chloroplasts contains these chlorophylls. Okay, so it helps leaf to capture the energy of sunlight. Actually what they do, they capture the sunlight of energy, sunlight energy, and convert it into the chemical energy. Okay, so that it can be used to synthesize the food. And again this energy is used to synthesize or to prepare food from carbon dioxide. Actually what food they prepare, we call it glucose. Okay, so that glucose is a reduced form of carbon dioxide. Okay, and also from water. Since the synthesized food occurs in the presence of sunlight, okay, for the photosynthetic process sunlight is very much important. Okay, so that is why this process is called, the whole process is called photosynthesis. Photo means light and synthesis means to combine. So we find that chlorophyll, sunlight, carbon dioxide and water are necessary to carry out the process of photosynthesis. Okay, so it is a unique process on the earth. The solar energy is captured by the leaf and stored in plants in the form of food. Okay, so we can say that sun is the ultimate source of energy for all the living beings on this earth. Okay, can you imagine life on earth in the present, in the absence of photosynthesis? No, we cannot. Why? Because directly or indirectly we are dependent on plants. Okay, in the absence of photosynthesis there would not be any food, there would not be any food. The survival of almost all living organism, directly indirectly, is they are dependent upon the food made by the plants. Beside that, in the process of photosynthesis, except the food, there a new element is evolved, okay, which is very much essential for the survival of the living beings, and that is oxygen. Okay, so beside oxygen, which is essential for the survival of all organism, is produced during the photosynthesis. So in the absence of photosynthesis, life would be impossible. Why? Because there will be no oxygen. And if there will be no oxygen, we cannot intake it, okay, and our procedure of the body cannot work. So during photosynthesis, chlorophyll containing cells of the leaf in the presence of sunlight use carbon dioxide and water to synthesize carbohydrate or glucose, you can say it. Okay, the process can be represented in this equation form, that in the left hand side of this equation it is given carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll gives you carbohydrates, that is energy, the form of energy, and oxygen. It is the essential nutrient, we had discussed about it in the starting of the chapter. Okay, so these are what, these are chloroplasts. Inside that chloroplast it is present the chlorophyll. See in the diagram. Okay, again you can see the guard cell of the stomata. Okay, and the stoma, the gap between the stomatas. Okay, so here is a cross section of a stoma. Okay, here you can see that this thing is stomatal opening from where the carbon dioxide gets into the leaf. Okay, and the sidewise here are guard cells. Okay, it is present mainly, the most of the stomatas are present in the back side of the leaf. Okay, on the upper surface they are also, but in the back side the most of the stomatas are there. Okay, when a plant is small, when a plant is small, then in the stem of the plant, the stem of the plant is very much green, you have seen that. Okay, so that stem of the plant also do photosynthesis. Why? Because that contains the green pigment. But in the case of big trees, when a plant grows into a tree, then it leaves, that means the chlorophyll of that is uh, okay, and the stem of the plant hardens as it grows older. Okay, so here you can see in the diagram that light energy from the sun is absorbed by the leaf, and carbon dioxide is taken up by the leaves, and the water from the soil is taken, water and minerals is taken up by the roots of the plant, and it goes into the leaf. Then leaf prepares the food, and the it gives out oxygen. Okay, so this is the diagram, it was asked in the last year examination. So during the process oxygen is released, the presence of a starch in leaf indicates the occurrence of photosynthesis. Why? Because starch is a form of carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is a larger group, you can say. Okay, so if I'll be talking about sweets, sweet is a larger group. Okay, and I'll be saying barfi, laddu, all are what, different variant or different types of sweets. Here also carbohydrate is a group and a starch is a type. Okay, and the glucose, as I have said earlier, it is an another type. So Bujo has observed some plants with deep red, violet or brown leaves. He wants to know whether these leaves also carry photosynthesis. Okay, so we will be giving the answer of it, but before, you stay tuned and watch this video.
Huh? Huh? Hey! Hmm.
Ha ha ha!